Hey kids! Welcome back to yet another 213 Crispy video. Today we're going to be working on our Thundercat 31 and I'm kind of doing a fake let's make fun of JJ video real quick. So I am making a roto twister. So we got some cherry 7-Up, Sailor Jerry's spiced rum, and a solo cup with a nice ball. I'm doing this real quick because I gotta clean my desk off and I want to drink. So it is 3-to-1 and I'm just roughly weighing this. So 3 ounces. I think my scales broke. Yeah. I'm gonna go with my scales broke because there's no way that's 0.1 ounce. 0.0. Yeah, this is saying 0 ounces. I'm calling baloney on this. Oh yeah, it's a negative 0.1. There we go. Close enough. And that's called a roto twister. Thanks, JJ. I'll be back. Let me get the desk cleaned off while I sip on an adult beverage. I'll be back, guys. Welcome back, guys. Welcome to yet another 213 Crispy video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my little intro of a roto twister impersonating JJ. Sorry, JJ. I'm sure I didn't do a good job. But anywho, so today we've got roto twister, which I'm slightly inebriated from, a aqua craft or aqua crap, depending on who you talk to, AQUB 9520, which is a Grim Racer transom water pickup assembly, and then randomly we have a lipo guard battery bag. As you guys know, I'm in the process of getting into RC racing and I needed to get at least one lipo bag. I'm probably gonna get another one of these. I think it was like $3 off of eBay, shipped from China, on delivered by snail mail, attached on some boat that got lost in the freaking Red Atlantic for like 47 days. I don't know. But realistically, I think this thing showed up in like 2 weeks. Not bad. For $3, I think is what I paid for it. But this thing, on the other hand, is a whole different ballgame. So I'm kind of in a hurry to get this back on the water before winter hits. I did not want to go this option, but I felt it's probably, it's not the best option by any means, but I'm going to make it work. So it was the quickest option and the cheapest option. Like, quickest was my priority. So what we got to do, let me rearrange some stuff around here and show you guys. So the water pickup that we've got right now is in the wrong location currently. So the water pickup is just above the center line of the prop, and because of the way this boat runs, it was unfortunately sticking out of the water just enough that it was causing me some water flow problems. I was able to get this thing going pretty quick, and I took it out with JJ and we met up and we tuned it a little bit, got it running really good. I was impressed with how quick it was running, and I actually think he was impressed with how quick it was running for a ready-to-run stock boat. It did fantastic and I was pleased with how it was performing, but we had some overheating problems. So the first run I had it, I think I got about a quarter of a third of the tank in. I think I made about, I don't know, 20 laps, and it overheated. We had picked up some water, or not water, we picked up some algae around the intake tube, or the intake pickup I should say, and that caused some overheating issues, so we let it cool back down, and then I ran it again and was running really good. Like, I was impressed with how well it was running, and discovered the same problem, and I brought it in before it died and it didn't get crazy hot. So the way this particular pickup works is it's kind of like a sandwich. Like I said, it's not the best design. So we've got a metal backing plate that these will screw into. So this is going to act basically like nuts. So this is on the inside of the hull, and then on the outside of the hull you're going to have this plastic plate, then your pickup tube sandwiched by another plastic piece like so. Then you run your bolts through it just like so, and it allows you some adjustments to be able to pick this up or down, and hopefully this fits. It does not fit very well, but we'll see. I don't know how well that's gonna work. This may not work. I may have to put this on another boat. We're gonna find out. But I'm gonna attempt to mount this, I think, on this sponson surface here, basically somewhere like so, and that way it gives me full adjustability of how high or low I want to run this. And I'm probably going to run the tip of this because it is on an angle. I don't know if you guys can see the angle or not, but it is relatively angled. I'm gonna put the back side of that angle towards the rear of the boat, so that way as it's going it hits and shoots up into that. But yeah, so let's get started. We're going to drill a couple holes through the hull, and to do that it's going to go in through the wood. I think we'll be alright. Looks like we should be okay, but we are going to need a Sharpie to mark our locations. So let's move our boat a little bit for you guys. And let me get reset up. I'm going to lower the camera down so you guys can see what I'm doing, and I'll be right back. Okay, let's take a look. So I'm going to move this my way so I can see a little bit better. Pull the hose back, that way it's out of your guys' eyesight. And what I'm thinking about is, how high does this need to be in relationship to the surface? So in a perfect world, this thing should be about right smack dab in the middle. So I'm going to say somewhere right there. That way it gives me flexibility to move this up and down if I need be. So now I'm going to take the plastic plate and put it basically smack dab over the middle of this. Just like so. Somewhere about right there looks good. So we're ready to drill our hole. I think the memory card ran out of space in the middle of marking, but use your plastic guide that you got from the kit. Take a 1/8 drill bit, and we are going to drill into our boat. So go slow, be careful, take your time, you're not in a hurry. So there you go. So we got our 2 holes drilled. So that will get us to where we need. And then what I'm going to do is take some silicone and I'm going to put it on the back side of our plastic plate. And the reason why I'm going to use silicone is anything I can do to try to make this as watertight as possible, the better off I'm going to be. Yes, you could technically epoxy it if you wanted to try to go that route. I'm not that picky. Silicone will do the same job if it's done correctly. So don't take a whole lot. Just a little dab all the way across. Then I'm going to grab the top piece, and what I'm doing is going ahead and putting the top piece on, the bottom piece on, and both bolts at the same time. And I need to figure out what size this is, so I'm gonna assume it's metric, and it looks to be 2.5 millimeters. So that way, when I go to put our backing plate on the back side of the hull, we're good. This is just in a really bad spot. I do have access, so I'm not super worried about that. But man, there ain't a whole lot of teeth. There ain't a whole lot of teeth exposed for this. So I'm gonna have to get a set of pliers. Let me go grab some tools. Oops. I just now realized. Thanks for telling me, guys. I put this on backwards. So the silicone is supposed to go towards the hull, and I accidentally put it facing the middle. Whatever. It's just silicone. It's not the end of the world. So reapply. Oh. That looks good. Insert that. That looks good. There's just, what I'm afraid is these screws are not going to be long enough. Okay, so what I'm going to do, try something a little different. I'm going to run these by themselves in, and then I'm going to put a little bit of dab of silicone on the metal plate. Basically use it as glue, because the silicone should hold it. like I said, I'm dealing with a really bad location of access or lack thereof, so I have to use some tools, some ingenuity, think outside the box. It's not rocket science, it's just, it's tedious little work. And sadly, this is the joys of RC in general, is things are tiny and don't have great access. Come on. Oop, it fell. Awesome. Let me fight with this off camera, guys. I'll be right back. We've got everything mounted, so the joys of the hobby in general, sometimes you just have to call an audible. So in this situation, the original pickup tube that came with this kit was extremely small in diameter. That was my first concern. So I don't know if you guys can see this. This thing is tiny. So if I hold this up in comparison to this, you can see the size difference between the two. So what happens is when I try to slide this in, there's really no pressure. This thing just slides in and out with no problem. Really nothing's holding it, and I'd be afraid that this little diameter is not going to pick up the same amount of water that's needed to keep this engine cool compared to the original pickup tube, which is what this is. And I stole that off of the original rudder assembly that broke. So it had a set screw, and that ran through this hole here, so I removed it. Then I took a Dremel and used a bit to bore out this plastic from this diameter to this diameter to make this fit. And then I've got about a finger length of gap of underneath the hull, which I could probably raise that a little bit more, but honestly I think I'm gonna leave it like it is. And then all I got to do now is pull back some of the slack here a little bit, cut off our fuel hose so we got a nice clean cut on it, and then I'm going to end up doing a circle and back on this it goes. So yes, I could trim this down a little bit more, run this out and kind of curve it back in. I don't know if that's going to serve a purpose or not, but this is what I'm going to try, is the loop idea. And the reason why I'm doing that is it's more of just some extra fuel or extra length of hose. Yes, I mean I could undo this, come out, and I don't know. I just like the loop look. We'll see. So it's got silicone all the way around it, so I'm going to let that dry up. So this should be pretty watertight. It's a nice thing about using silicone. Just let it set. So I'm going to let this sit overnight before I do any kind of water test or anything. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with this. So let me zoom out a little bit so you guys can see what I'm talking about of the overall look. So let's move you real fast. Hang in there, guys. You're gonna go for a ride, I know. Ooh, that's a little close. Okay, that ain't gonna work. Hold on. Working with a tripod here. So there you guys go. You can see what I'm talking about when it comes to the overall fit of everything. It is not the lowest point, but it's close. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me squeeze around you guys. So if I pick up the boat and hold it up, you'll see, whoops, hopefully I get it in frame, we're nowhere near prop. Yeah, we're nowhere near the prop. Actually, I'm under the prop. So we're underneath the prop. It's just the way the angle looks. Let me raise this up so you guys can see a little bit better. So there we go. Let me focus this camera on here. So you're gonna notice the bottom of the prop is close, but we are definitely low enough, and if I need to, back these out, lower this down a little bit more, but I believe this should be more than adequate for water. So you're going to notice the pickup is definitely below the hull line. You know what? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's going to be low enough? Or do you think I need to go a little bit lower? I think it's going to be low enough because the prop, the center line of that prop comes out smack dab between both of those rear sponsons, so I'm just underneath that. So in theory, this boat should be riding on this plane right here. So if it's riding on there, I should be able to pick up, I mean, I'm talking, I mean, my index finger's a little bit big, but close to a finger length's depth of that bottom lip. So that I think should be enough. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think I need to lower it down a little bit more to get some more water in there or not? But with that, that's how I modified the Aqua Crap Grim Racer pickup, water pickup for the Thundercat 31. So simple, easy mods. It's just something I needed to do for this particular boat. And then, yeah, we're going to get this thing back on the water here very quickly. So with that, I'm going to wrap this video up. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate everything that you guys do for me. So comment, don't forget to hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe. And with that, I'll see you guys out on the water.